lightning bolt. On a really good day, it scrubs up well. So enjoy the scenery. I certainly am.
Hey guys, another day, another meeting down at the town hall again, and have a look at this amazing view. Isn't that nice? A lot of families out today because it's graduation, and they're graduating from, I think it's Bolton University, and they're doing it in the town hall in the Albert Halls, which must be quite nice. When I graduated from Durham, it was in the cathedral, so it's always nice to use a nice, big, fancy building for such a celebration. It's a big achievement. Right, I've got a meeting in a couple of minutes, so let's get to it. Hey guys, just got back from work. It's, what time is it? 10 past 2, well I know it's about 9:30. I was only going down for one meeting and to finish up some casework, and I've done that, but it's taken a bit longer than I expected, so I'm going to have a break now. A cup of tea and something to eat, because I've just realised that the only thing I've had all day, in fact since sometime yesterday afternoon or evening, is a flapjack, and that's not very good, so I'm running on empty basically, but it's been a hot day and that's not helped, sapping the energy. And what else we got to do today? Well, I want to try and get the comics done if I can, at least get them scripted and try and get today's drawn. It's going to take hours and hours, but it'll be something to keep me going. I need that sometimes, and then we'll see whether we can get Game Hammer filmed. I'm really annoyed that I keep saying that and it doesn't happen. Basically, I want to get my show back on track, and it's just been one of those annoying times of year. Everything's just getting on top, but we'll get it done, and then we'll see what else happens. Hopefully I can get a couple of episodes of CPC worked out a bit further than they already are. I want to get that going at some point this year. I've mentioned that before. We'll see how it works out, but it's been a busy time. You're a bugger, you know. Yes you are. Yes you are. You're a little bugger. Yes you are. Leave my tapes alone, mind. I know what you want as well. You want some dinner, don't you? Well, come on then. Are you coming? Are you coming to get some dinner? Okay guys, what's happened is Jen left a fan with a power cable running across all of my old Amstrad tapes. Now, under most circumstances that won't matter. A power line going past a magnetic tape won't necessarily harm it, but these are very old tapes, and I think we all know just how unshielded fans tend to be. I mean, they cause interference on all kinds of levels. So, I'm just going to do a quick test of Will It Load, just to make sure things haven't been damaged. And I've got 5 games to try. Hunchback for Motion, The Trapdoor, Electro Freddy, Catastrophes, and Dr. Scrimes' Spook School. Now, people already know my views on Dr. Scrimes and how things have how other people view that, but I've got some good games here, I think. And these were the ones that were next to the power line. So, let's just have a quick try. I'm going to load a quick loader first, just to see how it goes. And we're going to start with Electro Freddy. It's one of the ones I coloured in when I was a kid, so let's give it a try. There we go, quickly rewinding. And we do the usual thing of Control and small enter on the Amstrad. Now, as you'll see here, Amstrad 128K microcomputer V3, but if I press Control and enter, it immediately went for press play then any key. That's because this is a chip-swapped CPC 464. As you'll notice, there is no disk drive interface on the back, no DK-Tronics 64K memory pack because they are not plugged in. I don't need it for this test. So what we've got here is a 464 with 6128 ROM in it, but no disk interface, so it hasn't got the commands that would be associated with the disk system. As a result, when you type Control and Enter, it defaults to tape, which is how the Amstrad works. So press play and press Enter. Okay, in a few seconds we should hear the first part of the loading sound, and then we'll see how this works. If we get through these, then everything's fine and I don't need to worry, but I am a little panicked because of the lack of shielding on most fans and its possible effect on the tapes. Well, so far so good. The biggest problem I have here is that I can't remember how this loads. Is this the right sound or is it not? I can't remember. Right, that normally turns up earlier than this. That's a bit of a weird thing. Normally you get a loading screen after 1 or 2 blocks, but that took 4. And there seem to be large gaps between the blocks, as if this has been built up piecemeal rather than saved out as one thing. Weird. Hopefully it's going to work anyway. While we're on, we're going to be playing with the cheetah bug for the joystick. This is one of the best joysticks ever created for the 8-bits because you can hold the entire thing in one hand and operate like that. Click, click, click. Both the buttons on the Amstrad do the same thing usually, so it doesn't matter which one you click. So that's great. And it can, of course, be used on Amstrad, Spectrum and Commodore with the various plugins. Now, my old Amstrad has the joystick port on the back, which makes it a little bit fiddly, but we'll get there. And there we go. It's a bit of a mess down the back now because we have the wires coming from the SCART system out through the headphone jack as well, which is a stereo out. But it's getting there. Right, 4 blocks already. My goodness, we are making progress. Let's hope this works. I'm always worried that you get to the end and find out it's not going to load the last couple of blocks. But we got fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I can't remember how many blocks. It's like 8 or 11 maybe. I don't know. It takes a while. I thought it was a fast loader, but apparently not. There we are. Read array. There's a timing fault on the drive. So if we rewind it a little bit and try again. I think I may have rewound to block 4, but it'll find block 5 again and try and load it in. That's one of the beauties of the tape system. We can rewind and try again. Yeah, the tape's got a problem. Now, here's the thing. The good thing about that is it's redirect A rather than B, which means it's a timing issue on the tape, which most likely means that the tape head is getting stuck or the tape's been stretched. It's not to do with electric magnetic fields wiping the tape, which is a good thing. So actually, we may be alright here. That's a good thing. Right, well it turns out that running Electrofreddy again on the other side of the tape worked perfectly fine, so it looks like these are going to be okay. The tapes haven't been damaged by having an electric field run next to them, which is good news. I have to admit, it's great news. These tapes are a lot sturdier and hardier than we ever give them credit for. I mean, Electrofreddy here, it's from 1984. It's 33 years old, and look, it's all running. Loaded in off the tape. So let's give it a quick try out. Okay, hopefully I can run the joystick on it. I press any key to continue. Here we go, level 1. Right, currently we're getting most of the music and sounds through the Amstrad. So I'm going to turn it down because we have got it running through the TV as well. And that, as you can hear, that's a stereo sound coming from the TV. And it's a fun game. It's a little game. It's not much to it, but it's great fun. We'll just play level 1 and then move on. But yeah, turns out it's 5 blocks after the initial loading screen's loaded in. And then the game's in. It's a pretty short, quick runner once you get the tape up and running properly. I think all it needed was unsticking a bit. There we are. What we've got this time is Catastrophes, another Amsoft game. Let's play and enter. Let's hope this one works. Now here's the fun thing about the Amstrad. The loading sound doesn't come through on the TV, it comes through the machine, regardless of whether you've got the headphones in or not. There you are. So far, so good. Different kind of loading screen this time, and this one's got a little bit of a graphic on it. That's nice. And here we are. Are you using a green screen? No, we are not. Is this going to give us something? Catastrophes. From joystick left or right causes amateur or professional. To be is reversed text. Okay, we're going to go for amateur. Whoa. The target for today is 8,000. Okay. And the point of this is to build as tall a building as you can, really. You pick up with the joystick, you put down with the joystick, and you got to try and place properly. Various things will come along and try and destroy your building, destroy your helicopter, and all sorts. You only have 4 lives. You've got to keep avoiding the aircraft, because they will hit you and destroy your helicopter. And the higher your building, the better, basically. At some point, there'll be a lightning storm, and basically you just got to try and build a nice big, tall, wide building. That's coming through the TV screen again, because I've turned down the sound on the CPC now. Oops, too high. You have to hit on pretty quick and right. It's difficult. again. It's annoying when that happens, especially when you're starting to try and build another level and you need to get there quick. Ah, no, come on. It's really starting to ramp up the difficulty now, isn't it? This one's good old Hunchback from Ocean. It's one of the later releases, if I remember correctly, but let's give it a try. Now, if I remember correctly, this one's a bit of an oddity because it does something different with this loading screen. So let's see what happens when it loads in. It's wild, isn't it? My goodness. I have no idea why it does that, but it's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? Nice to see people trying something new and different. Ocean Software were, of course, big supporters of the Amstrad CPC, and when it came to the Plus range, they were the ones that developed the pack-in game, of course, which was fantastic, one of the best races on the CPC, in fact. So yeah, not bad. Let's see how it loads. And here we are, another one loaded successfully. That's not bad. Let's just press a key to start. It's a very simple game, based on the old arcade game, as I recall. Press fire to jump, and left and right on the joystick to move around. Just got to get across. Gets progressively more difficult as you go. See what I mean? Caught there slightly. And again, not quite the same, is it? But when you get the timing, it's okay. Forgot to jump there. Game over. It's a fun game. It's based very heavily on the arcade game, and it's fun. Okay, let's move on. Okay, next up, while it rewinds, is the first of our third-party tapes, Dr. Scrime's Spook School by Mastertronic. So let's see how this works once it's rewound. Okay, that was odd. It was faster than expected and doesn't seem to have loaded a block. Yeah, there's something wrong. Let's try the other side of the tape. We needed to identify a block and load it, rather than just playing the tape through. Now, there's something wrong. It's not playing. Now, that's a big surprise because Dr. Scrimes, when I was a kid, was one of the more reliable loading tapes, and it seems that time hasn't been good to it. That's a big shame. Right, we've got to move on to the fifth and final one now, because this one clearly isn't working. I mean, look, there's nothing there. So yeah, we're going to have to move on and check the final one now. Let's try the trapdoor. I loved this game when I was a kid. Let's hope it works still now. Another one that I coloured in as a kid. Hopefully that won't change things. Okay, now we have a problem. A second one where it's just not producing a block. So it's not loading. Let's try resetting the computer and seeing whether that works. There's a bit of a whirring and a grinding on the tape. I think the tape is just worn out. No, there's something wrong. Well, that's a bit of a shame. We've had 3 out of 5 work though, so not bad for 30-odd-year-old tapes. That's not bad at all. It would have been nice if it all worked, but these things don't happen, unfortunately.
A few more hours later.
Guys, it's been another one of those days. It came off me again. I thought I was better. This morning I seemed okay, and the illness is not going away fully. So I've spent the afternoon and part of the evening just zonked out, basically. It's now 10 to 9. I seem to have got a second wind, but again, can I film a Game Hammer at this point at night? I'm going to try my best. It's going to be one of the quick ones, and I'm going to try and get it done. I don't feel great. I'm alright enough to try and get this done, but I do not feel great. Let's get it done. Okay, here's the thing. I've printed out the script and I've got everything marked up. All the bits in green are for when I'm speaking to the camera like I'm doing now. And the other parts are voiceovers that I'll record at the same time, but I don't need to be doing or acting straight to the camera. But here's the thing. I'm getting dizzy just sitting on a chair, so clearly the illness is not going away, so I'm at a loss. It's just one of those days where things just aren't coming together, but it's just how it is. So I'm going to take the rest of the evening off, and I'm probably going to end up giving a try to these few things I picked up in town. Which one is this again? NHL Hits Pro for PlayStation 2, which looks pretty good fun. NBA Street, I've already got volume 2 of this. I think there are 3 volumes, but now I've got volume 1 as well. And Batman Rise of Sun Tzu. So that should be fun as well. Just a few things. I picked them up because they were there, but oh, my head is killing me today. So I think I'm just going to call it a night, guys. Hopefully I don't have much to do tomorrow, so I can get on with Game Hammer and then get some comics done while it's uploading, but oh, I think an early night's in order. Sorry guys, this is going to be short again. Good night.